Official Misconduct and I are back in Carrollton, Kentucky again, but that is not what this live is about. She is in the store right now getting us a soft drink so that we have something to drink on the way back home, but I wanted to go live with you guys so that we could pay our respects to our dear friend who passed unfortunately last night. What's up, Lou? Hey, press harder. Freaking. So I've got bad news, guys. If you haven't already heard, let's wait for a few people to join. That's right, Matthew. Rest in peace, secret agent. So this is awful. When we talk about staples and pillars of this community, it's not always the people that are well known in the auditing community for carrying cameras into these agencies and hammering down. And I'm sure Secret Agent Man had his share at doing such things. But he was most known for his support. I will have to say that I cannot recall one single video or one single premiere or one single live where Secret Agent Man wasn't in there cheering us on. We are definitely going to miss him. So it's a very sad day for the community. Let's have a moment of silence for Secret Agent Man. Let's do that now. This is for him and his family. Hope you guys pray. I mean, I don't know what your religion is, nor does it matter, but I think it's important that we all have our thoughts with him and his family. So, you know, no matter how you do that, I believe that it's important that we all think of him. Like I said, you know, Secret Agent Man was a pillar, a staple in this community. So he's definitely going to be greatly missed. His support is going to be greatly missed on my behalf and Official Misconduct. You know, we were made aware of his passing late last night, and I didn't see the message until early this morning. So I definitely wanted to show him the support that you guys are able to offer here in this community. And Official Misconduct is with me. Hang on guys, sorry. We did get a new phone holder, finally. This one's much better, but we wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about it and share our feelings because we're deeply, deeply saddened by the news. We wanted to be able to show his family all the support we can give. So, and thank you all. Hey, Rogue. Yeah. So, sad day. It's a sad day for us. Sad day for the community. And we're here for his family. So, if you're a family member and you're seeing this, you're more than welcome always to be able to reach out to us if there's anything we can do. My email is 04publicsafety@gmail.com. And
Misconduct, MISSCONDUCT 1922@gmail.
We're always here for anybody in the community. If y'all ever need to reach out to us for anything, we're here. So, like, we're a family. This community is, all of us. Not from what I understand. The question was he old? I think he was in his early 50s.
I think so.
So no, I mean, not unless you consider me old, because I'm getting right there. I'm real close to it myself. So, but yeah, I'm sorry to come in here with sad news, guys. You know, that is the situation. But, so I guess we'll talk about what we're doing right now. Official Misconduct and I just came here to Carroll County, Kentucky, which we promised we would based on the votes that came through our community page. We asked you guys if you wanted us to follow up on the slacking of the records requesting from the sheriff, Ryan Gosser of Carroll County, Kentucky, in which the incident that we were researching at the time was because the sheriff had hired Miles Cosgrove as the officer that used to be LMPD that was involved, very much involved in the Breonna Taylor incident, in which his bullet was the one that ended Breonna's life, as a matter of fact. He did a lot of stuff wrong on that incident, and I'm sure being LMPD, which is Louisville Metro Police Department, they're known for being screw-ups. There's a DOJ report that just concluded investigation specifically on LMPD, and we're not even talking about directly the Breonna Taylor incident, just a DOJ on LMPD, which I think they turned up like 100 and some false known systemic issues. So that came out recently. I actually have a copy of it. If you guys would be interested in seeing a copy of that DOJ report, put a 1 in the chat. I'll see if I can come up with a way to send it to people, or send you a link. Or you can email me for it. I will try to send a link to everybody, or maybe I'll figure out a way to share it.
I can scan it in for you, and then you can it'll generate a link that you can share out.
Yeah, I think I have a link that goes directly to it, but if not, maybe I can do it on a live on the channel, or in video format or something like that. But I'd like to share with you guys all that they found. It was ridiculous. But so Miles Cosgrove, coming from the agency that is a complete derelict, was hired by Ryan Gosser here after the state's attorney general, Daniel Cameron, for Kentucky, had officially lied in his capacity, and said that the officers had knocked and announced, when the new DOJ report proves that is false. It was false. So therefore, the original investigation that relieved Miles Cosgrove is now brought back to the table. That's what's going on. And during that process, not only has Brent Hankinson been called out in a bunch of the dumb shit he's been running around saying to the media, lying to the media about, now he's busted too, but Miles Cosgrove, his actions come back to the table. So during that process, this sheriff of Carroll County, Kentucky, knowing damn well that's what's happening, because it was during that happening, hired him. So here he is acting as a sheriff's deputy. Miles Cosgrove is acting as a sheriff's deputy in this it's a beautiful little town.
It is. It's a very, very well kept uptown.
Mm-hmm. They even do good with their tax money as far as upkeeping. Like, put a 1 in the chat, guys, if you want to drive around to some of the nicer little spots that are paid by tax money, and take a look at how well upkept this pretty little town of Carrollton is. Put a 1 in chat if you want to drive around with us for a little bit and look around. Acting like a marshal. What was that? I couldn't read it. That's my eyes. I'm getting old. Yeah, let's drive around just a little bit. I'm going to take you to the riverfront and then show you. I mean, heck, we just left. You'll see in our video. Well, hang on. Let me back up just a hair. I'm going to tell you what we did. So we followed up today. That's what we did. We asked you guys, our supporters, our audience, if you wanted us to come back and follow up on the records requesting that official misconduct, and I came and did on the 5th. It was on the 5th of this month.
Yeah, I remember that day very well.
So they hadn't done anything. They hadn't responded at all. Well, there's legal action that can be taken for that, guys. And we are sick and tired of the state of Kentucky not honoring their requirements to records access. It's plainly written in the law. It's obvious that they owed us the answers to those records. They had to respond to us legally and properly. Well, they did not. So this is one of those cases where we felt it was something to take action on this time. A lot of times we let it go. A lot of times we just come back and keep staying on top of it. But we came back. Sheriff wasn't in. This county's sheriff department, the process for records is so bad. We felt like we owed it to the public to take legal action. So the video that will come out from today, some of you might find it to be boring because, there was nobody going in cuffs. There wasn't cops running up to us and trying to pressure us or anything. But in all actuality, this is a very exciting event because we went quickly, within an hour, went through all of the process required to file civil action for a records violation, including the courts. We filed today. And it even includes an extra bonus footage, I guess, to teach people how to file a waiver for court costs. Because official misconduct, being recently unemployed, she's probably going to get the waiver. So she filled out the form to do the waiver, which means our court costs should be free on this one. Now that goes through a judge, and that's the process. That's where we're at. So we went to the sheriff's department. We, on video, got an admission that their pattern and practices do not follow the law, which is, Rogue can tell you. What's it called, Rogue, when they do that, if he's still in here? Tell the audience what that's called, Mr. Rogue. When you can establish that a pattern of practices do not follow the laws of a county or of a municipality. Is Rogue still in here?
Give him a second to answer. If he doesn't, then
I'll
open
give
it up
you a
to
second to
everybody.
answer, Mr. Rogue, because we learned it from you, buddy. Now, there it is. Clinton knows. Yep, it's a Manel. So we got an admission of that first at the sheriff's department. A conspiracy. It could lead to conspiracy. Yeah, it could. I mean,
That's
you'd
called a
have
police
to
officer.
you'd have to establish other facts to prove a conspiracy. But generally, you could find that in a lot of situations, especially when there's Manels happening. What a Manel is when there's a pattern of practices, or if they're just not following the rules, their procedures, their policies don't follow the procedures to a federal or a state process to something. So in this case, that something is open records. There's a KRS, which is Kentucky statute, that clearly shows the step-by-step, and it does not include having to wait on the sheriff himself to show up to turn one in. It does not include that. So we established that they were violating that. And then we went straight across the street to the prosecuting attorney's office, and we requested to speak with the prosecutor before we filed over in civil court. So we gave the prosecutor here an opportunity, and it didn't work out for him because he decided not to talk to us. He sent his secretary to come out and tell us that she didn't like being recorded.
But
instead.
now he was going to give us a call if we wanted to leave our number.
Yeah, if we wanted to leave him all our personal information, then he would have contacted us.
That way he can conduct an unlawful investigation.
Yeah,
into
he sure
us.
wanted to look into us. Now, in Indiana, the prosecutors have law enforcement powers. They really do. I'm not real sure about over here in the Commonwealth, and we're in Kentucky. But I'd have to look into it. But either way it goes, we all know, and it could fit your little conspiracy thought there too, is that when you give them your private information, most likely these guys are going to utilize law enforcement's tools and resources to unlawfully conduct an investigation on you. Who are these people trying to sue us? So, who are these people threatening to sue us, right? They call it threatening. But anyway, the video will be coming out soon. I'll probably publish it within a couple days. But we went straight from the prosecutor's office, and all this is within an hour, guys, straight to the courthouse. Had a very good interaction with the clerk there.
Oh yeah, she's great. She's great.
The clerk here is awesome, county clerk, and we are filing. So that is what the next video is going to be. Like I said, it's not going to be super exciting. Nobody got arrested. Nobody got stomped on by cops or anything, but we did get roadblocked. We did deal with people saying, I don't like it when you take that picture. And we did get to tell them where to go with that. But if you want to learn,
I had to be super, super polite because there was a child present in the office.
Yeah, they had kids in the prosecutor's office, like a bunch of them. I don't know if they were running a daycare business in there or what. Well, I found it to be inappropriate. I don't think that children belong in a government adult building like that.
Well, I really don't think that children belong around any of the people that we had to deal with that are a government entity because they're not.
Well, they definitely don't need to be
qualified.
while on the clock babysitting a
I'm
room
just
full of
speaking
children.
on a general basis, like they're not qualified. They should be around kids.
Yeah, a lot of these people don't need to be around kids at all. But in fact, it was a fact. They had a bunch of kids, like 3 or 4 of them, inside the prosecutor's office, behind the wall, behind the window, during business hours. So,
peeking out, wanting to look up over the window.
Wondering what we were there for. And, it's just not an appropriate environment for children.
It's not professional either. I'm all for the places where you can take your kids to work. That's great. But I don't feel like a prosecutor's office dealing with legal business and private documentation.
Potentially angry civilians.
Yes, I don't feel like that is a suitable place to have kids at all.
You should be running the daycare there, so I don't know what was going on, but that's what it looked like. It's damn daycare.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to start driving while we're talking because I want to take you guys by a couple of the tax-paid amenities that are offered by this nice little town. And if you are a Carroll County resident yourself, then you should be proud of
Yes.
the upkeep that is done here. I mean, it's a beautiful little riverfront city, county, whatever you want to call it, and it has a lot to offer for people who would become a resident, which is all the more reason that you should not be okay with them hiring Miles. And also all the more reason that you should not be okay with your sheriff not knowing the law.
Yeah.
That's not reasonable. You can't have a sheriff, an elected official, who doesn't know the law. I mean, the least he could do is go home and study a little bit in his off time. So, when we get down here to the square, I'm going to flip you guys around. Well, hell, I'll do it now. Let me flip you guys.
I was going to say, don't ask me. I can't.
Now,
think about it.
first thing you can notice is some of these houses along this strip. It's an old, like, colonial style area. You can tell these houses are, you know, very well maintained for the ages of them on this strip. Let me know if you guys need me to change camera angles or anything like that. But where we're coming up on is going to be the business center for the county, which is going to be the sheriff's department, I believe the treasurer's office. It's all on the old square, so we're coming up to the square. But I mean, this is a great place to, like, raise your kids and, you know, have a nice quiet little riverfront home property. I've known this area for motorcycle riding for years and years. It's a good place to come out and enjoy the day on the bike. So we're turning now at the square, and a lot of you have probably seen that at this building directly in front of me now is where protests have been happening over Miles Cosgrove's employment. And then to our right, this nice little office in the tan color there, that is the prosecutor's office, Carroll County prosecutor. Slash daycare. And then that's the river right in front of us, folks. I'm going to drive straight on down there. And it is just gorgeous day for the water. And there's several of these riverfront. Well, that's a launch ramp, but there are several of these little riverfront parks. And they are very well maintained. The grass is always mowed down. They got little city benches, and I mean, it's just nice. You know, the amenities here on the tax money are well taken care of. You can see in front of us is a big park that goes as far as the eye can see in front of us there, guys, right on the side of the river. And this is just one. There are, let's see if I can zoom in right here. So
it's beautiful here.
So there's, you know, all these parks. There's a bunch of these parks down through here, like all the way through Carrollton, or Carroll County, I should say, because we're outside of Carrollton. I'm going to adjust this phone holder for you guys. I'll put you up higher and let's see if this works. All right, so how's the view? Put a 1 in if the view's good right there. And if you need me to change it, put a 2 in. Let me know what to do. It's a brand new phone holder. So we're going to drive around a little bit more. There's plenty of nice buildings and neat stuff out here. And like I said, I think they're doing a good job with your tax funds as far as all of that goes. But they're not doing a good job with their government. Their government doesn't seem to know their asses from a hole in the ground. At least the sheriff's department didn't. City police didn't do an incredibly terrible job, but they also didn't do great. They failed me when I was requesting. Ben Webb, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Oh, man, I wasn't even going to ask anybody for a single dime, so, you know, we appreciate that you do that. It does help out with gas and all that. Thank you. So, Captain Hook's Seafood Restaurant, that sounds good. And there's another park. Like I said, they just pretty much have parks all the way down through. They're different parks. And they pretty much have them all the way down through, all the way down along the river. So, tennis court. So, it is a nice little town. A lot of memorials here.
Cliff.
Thank you so much, Cliff. Thank you. We really appreciate that. Now, I'm not asking for donations. Do very, very much appreciate that. And if you guys have RVs and would like to find a place to, you know, do a camping trip, not only do we have the riverfront right here, which is always nice all summer long, but they do what they call the Madison Regatta boat races once a year. So these camp areas along the river, I'm going to take you across the way over here to one of them. They have these camp areas all along the river for miles and miles. I'd say probably about 60 to 80 miles. And you can rent camper slots. And then it's a short drive. Some of them are right on the river where the regatta's at. But some of these outside RV camps are just outside of the area. It's just a close drive. This one here is called Two Rivers. And we won't invade too much of their space, but I'll just do a little loop here. But these types of very well-kept campsites are all over here in this area, all over. And once again, it's right on the river. So it's a beautiful place. I mean, you know, I wouldn't mind living here, but the thing to be cautious of is understanding that where they're not utilizing the resources properly is going to be with the sheriff department.
Oh, is there a place that says what they charge?
I have no idea. I think these average probably just like any other camp. They're not super expensive, like $30 a night probably, 30 or 40.
Okay, I've got to go ahead and break it down for you. That stuff is way more expensive than it was back in the 80s. Like, you are not keeping up with the actual cost of stuff anymore, dear.
Who, me?
You, yes, you.
Why?
Because you're like, oh, it's probably just like 25, 30
Well, I mean,
bucks,
it's the same
and
as everywhere else.
in honesty, it's probably like closer to 40, 45.
Which is pretty much going rate for a campsite these days for your RV hookup. What is it in your all's neck of the woods? You guys put in chat how much an overnight RV camp slot is where you're living at. We're gonna drive up towards town here. But this is a known place for people to bring their golf carts and their little electric ATVs and stuff like that and just kind of drive around the area. There's a bunch of little general stores. It's just a nice place, nice quiet town. So definitely not the place where you would want your sheriff bringing in, and I can't use the M word, but DERS. You don't want those types of people brought into your community by your own sheriff. Shouldn't be done. Doesn't make sense. So this Thin Blue Line gangster cult that they apparently have going on is the issue. It is a huge issue, and it will absolutely destroy a beautiful little community like this. And God forbid the day that Cosgrove and his unprofessional ass does something to one of the citizens here, it will be on the sheriff completely, because he knows better. He knows what he's doing. He shouldn't be doing it. And, you know, that's the situation. He's putting everybody at risk of this town. And I would say that there's probably more risk altogether, because They wouldn't have hired Miles if it wasn't the environment in which Miles type people were accepted in their government. So I'm not saying their government is completely infiltrated with people like that, but I'm saying that generally when they accept a person of that nature, that means there are others similar to that. Wouldn't you guys think?
Hang on, I'm responding in chat. Let me get caught up.
I'm gonna have official misconduct start interacting with you guys. Can everybody see just fine? 'Cause this is pretty much it. The town doesn't have much. I mean, it is literally just a strip along the river.
A stripper.
A strip along the river.
Sorry, I tuned back into you whenever you were talking about a stripper. So.
I was talking about a strip along. Your mind's the one
a
on
strip
strippers.
along the river. Okay.
I think official misconduct wants to go see some strippers.
I ain't got the money to go be seeing strippers.
I wonder if they'd let us bring cameras in, guys.
Sure, of course they would.
This is it. You just went down the whole strip. I mean, we're pretty much to the end of it. There's an uptown.
There's the Family Dollar we got Cosgrove's toy from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you look up here on the left, you'll see a Family Dollar. We went and got Cosgrove a squirt gun and a set of plastic handcuffs, which I really think is beyond him. Like, I don't even think he needs plastic handcuffs. But we never did find out if that was actually given to him or not. But I think the cop that we
Hopefully
gave
it
it to,
was.
he seemed like he would have. I think he honored that. So that's it, guys. I'm going to let's see. I'll flip you all back around here. Oh, did it? I double flipped it. All right. So, yep, that's it. I wanted to come in here, and the main thing is we wanted to pay an ode to Secret Agent Man. He is definitely, that's going to take a big chunk out of the heart of this community. Definitely does mine. So thank you guys so much for your support, and let's show his family support.
Yes.
And then as far as this Carrollton stuff, you know, wanted to sort of update you guys on what we did do today. And even though, thank you, Sharon Holbert, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for helping us out with donations for gas, and Tiffany being unemployed. It definitely helps. So thank you so much. What you do is appreciated.
Yes.
And we don't ask for it. We'll make do. You know, we'll figure it out. But that definitely does assist us in what we're doing, because we do spend money doing this stuff.
I could always have Chris start stripping.
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. But guys, let's all say a prayer for Secret Agent Man, and be ready for the video that's coming out. I know that doesn't even belong in the same breath, but I don't know really how else to react. It's such a shock. Can't believe it happened. Yeah, so we're gonna be sad for a while. It's gonna suck not seeing Secret Agent Man coming in and always being at every one of these premieres and lives and supporting us like he does. So it's hard, but we love you guys, and we will see you on the next one.